Hey, yo, it's Dominic D'Angelo. It's Rumor and Innuendo. And it's a Wednesday. You know what that means. I'm here with Mr. Robert Karpelis, WD Creative _ish on X. Robert, happy Wednesday, man.
Yeah, happy Wednesday.
It's like Jerry's reaction. Like, yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame because I know what you're going to do. I know people are going to tee up.
What do you
And
mean?
I got no patience for it. I would have been thrilled if this was another one of those days where you didn't have internet. In case people are wondering why Dom is behind a brick wall or in front of a brick wall, it's because he's at the firing squad for not posting the Patreon on time like he was supposed to yesterday. Right. We announced it. We said it. It doesn't go up. My wife was like sitting on the couch and she's like, people are mad at you on the internet. I'm like, that sounds about right. What did I do wrong now? She's like, they said you didn't post your Patreon. I'm like, damn it, Dom.
Damn it, Dom.
Here we are. Well, he was busy yoking his shirt to get rid of the sleeves, but we'll say hi to the folks joining us in the chat. Ayo, says Devin Dowling. Dynamite is stacked. ELP versus Osprey. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jungle Jack. And Takeshita versus Ricochet. Damn, that is a stacked show.
You'd almost think they have a pay-per-view this weekend, Robert.
They have a pay-per-view this weekend?
Yeah.
I thought WWE's pay-per-view is this weekend. Wait. Is Forbidden Door this weekend?
Yes, I believe so, because there's a conference call for it coming up here this week.
Hold on. It is Sunday, June 28th.
So, yes.
When is Night of Champions?
I think it's Saturday.
June 26th. What in the actual Jiminy Cricket is going on here? Are they trying to kill me?
I think so. I think it's going to be a wrestling marathon.
They're going to be trying to kill you because I'm not here next week.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh. I will be international.
Ooh, that's right. Worldwide, Robert, worldwide.
Yes. So any London or Paris-based Forbidden Dorks who see me wandering around the streets, leave me alone.
Are you going to visit the birthplace of Billy Robinson or perhaps William Regal? Maybe Big Daddy?
I was just going to say, I'm going to go to the grave of Big Daddy.
There you go.
Joseph Way Walter says, morning, rumor heads. Let's have a great hump day brought to you by our friends at...
Oh, Robert. The new copy's there.
Oh, there is new copy. Mm-hmm. How exciting. Nothing like reading something without having a chance to proof it. So let's get this out of the way early. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Blue Chew Gold is better sex in a tablet. They combine 4 ingredients into one powerful solution, 2 ingredients to get you hard physically, and 2 to support arousal and desire in the brain. It works fast and it lasts. Guys, have a complete experience in the bedroom with Blue Chew Gold, and we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd for free with promo code RUMOR. That's promo code RUMOR. You will also receive an additional 10% off plus free overnight shipping with your first order. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for stopping Dom from playing that awful song here on Rumor and Innuendo. E says, what's up? I'm so excited to be on time for R&I. F those seagulls, damn birds, LOL. I don't know what's going on with E and E's war on birds.
At Six Flags, I think, or Cedar Point, one of those, and he deals with seagulls there. I think that's what I'm gathering.
Well, it's not Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's Johnny Disco.
Yes.
Who says, LOR and I, looking forward to Dynamite tonight. Not excited, though.
What?
That's a shame. So he's not excited, so sorry. Wannabree says, hello, R&I. It seems no matter what, I just can't hide all of this excitement. The Nevers 5512 says, good afternoon, after morning. Who's ready for the Zack Sabre takeover? He's my favorite. And lastly, Wrestling Old Head says, good after morning all. After watching Chris Van Vliet's interview with Paul Heyman, I'm inclined to believe that there is a stronger possibility Obafemi wins King of the Ring than I originally thought. And also, he thought about the lightning strike all day yesterday. That was wild.
That was crazy, huh?
That was something else.
Man.
Well, will lightning strike twice with I don't know, with Dynamite. Here's the problem, folks. Kids, men, women, wherever you are watching around the world. I also love that my daughter randomly, since she was home, she's like, "Why do people say after morning?" I'm like, she thought it was something that we do. I'm like, we read what's up on the screen. We're basically Ron Burgundy. SmackDown taped their show yesterday. So we have traveled all the way back to like the mid 2000s where there are SmackDown spoilers out there.
Yes.
Were unavoidable for me. SmackDown has been thoroughly spoiled. So when it comes time for that, we will not spoil it here. We will not be those people.
No, we won't.
That being said, I may have had a lightning strike moment where I think I know what's going to wind up happening over the next like 3 months in WWE programming. So when we do our predictions, I may wind up being the oracle here.
Nostracarpalus.
But also, Wrestling has a Siri play live lightning crashes.
Ooh, yes.
See, I could get behind that song being played on this show, even in 20-second snippets.
Maybe I can do that. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it here, Robert. Actually, you ready? Wow, I can't believe we have it here. Man.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
There it is, right? That's Metallica, right?
Live is the band that sings Lightning Crashes.
Oh, that's right. Pittsburgh's very own.
I truly despise you.
Are you excited though now, Robert? Did that help?
Hey, look at that. There's a Dynamite preview.
Real
Hey,
quick,
Dom,
though, I did want to get your thoughts. What did you overall think of the Paul Heyman interview? I didn't get to check it out yet. It's Chris Family.
Paul was very good at what he does.
Mhm.
He can spin those narratives of why Paul Levesque is doing such a great job at what he's doing. It's a matter of reframing the narrative. And I think that's something that Heyman does supremely well. The idea of, well, when I was at WWE, my goal was to be the head of creative. And Paul Levesque is not the head of creator. He is the chief content officer. And that WWE's focus has shifted from a creative focus to a content focused thing. And that Paul Levesque is moving that company in that direction. His booking advice is pretty standard. It's things I've been saying, including exact phrases I've been using for years about knee-jerk reactions, that you are not booking week to week. You are booking months and years out when looking at your shows. Now, obviously, things can modify and change over time. Someone winds up getting injured. You look at the plans and, they sometimes get altered. But when you have that kind of concrete base, I had said, a hot shot and put the title on Obafemi after WrestleMania. They didn't. Instead, we're getting Bloodline 2.0. I think Obafemi is going to wind up challenging for the world title at SummerSlam, which makes Night of Champions that much more intriguing about what they do on the other side of the house. And I thought to myself, I hate just doing the Conrad thing, like, all right, what happens if Cody wins? What happens if Gunther wins? What happens if Sammy wins? And where does the company kind of go from there to sell SummerSlam? And then I had that moment of like, oh, I think I get where it is. Wrestling Head points out that Heyman's in-demand story has remained very consistent. So Paul talks about the economics of ECW, the idea of Vince providing money to them and how that was happening. JR has his version of the story. Obviously, we're sending our well wishes to Jim Ross. Hope he's doing well. I know he's been in the hospital. I think there's a story somewhere in the middle. When Paul's like, well, we were only getting $1,000 a week from WWE. I would be inclined to believe it was probably a little bit more than that. But the idea of trying to stave off bankruptcy and then Vince supposedly going to buy ECW for Shane, like it's a present for his kid, and then realizing, oh, there's actual value in this thing. Sorry, Shane, we're shoving you out of the way. Just the entirety of their relationship summed up in one anecdote.
It's like the Simpsons clip where the baby sheep are there, and he's like,
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Me too.
And I think the thing that Paul said that is, the most relevant is this notion that at Raw he's focused on being on camera. At SmackDown, he's just there. He's sitting in Gorilla. He's hanging out throughout the day, happy to work with anybody, talk with anybody about their presentation, about their storyline, about how they can refine and develop over time. And if you are on that crew, if you are a SmackDown superstar, a Raw superstar, an NXT guy visiting, you're Marcus D'Angelo doing security, go talk to Paul. Like
Yeah.
that is a dude who's going to say something and position something in a way that you wouldn't think about otherwise. And I was there for the one night stands that he talked about, 05, 06, and the differences in the way the company was looking at it. I remember seeing the original concept art of what the ECW shoots were going to look like, and they were awesome. It was a way to black out the arena to shrink it down. It was going to feel more like that smoky boxing gym backroom kind of vibe. They were going to run smaller venues and do one-off shows. And then it just kind of turned into what it did. And I think, Paul rightfully said Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam in ECW is AEW. That one feud is literally the entirety of a whole company. And it really made you want like Paul in charge. And Paul got a little bit into what we talked about the other day with TNA, what that conversation looked like with Dixie and what he wanted, and his a little record drop of what his vision was, but the idea that Dixie would not give up not only the legends, but the legends being positioned at the top of the card.
Right, man. Hey, so when I recorded with Rob the other night too, the One Night Stand 2005 did get brought up. He didn't know the answer to this, but maybe you remember, or maybe I don't know. But he was asked, who would have been Rob's opponent if he wasn't injured at the first One Night Stand? Do you recall anything?
So it's hard to say because he was already out for a little while beforehand. And it was and since it's sort of an out of continuity show, let me take a look at the card for One Night Stand 2005. Because 06 was a lot more entrenched in the actual storyline.
Right, yeah.
Okay, it was Lance and Chris, which was great. Super Crazy Tajiri, Guido, Ray and Psychosis. I would venture to guess, looking at the matches here, that instead of Sabu versus Rhino, that could have been a Sabu and Rob Van Dam teaming up.
That's what someone brought up too on the show.
Maybe, I don't know where Just Incredible was at this point in time.
Yeah,
but I could have seen a Rhino and Just Incredible, or do Rhino, Just Incredible, and Lance together versus Sabu, Van Dam, and Jericho.
That'd been cool too. Dang. Yeah, I was pretty curious about that. But man, what a time. Yeah. Oh man, what a missed opportunity too.
I mean, honestly, Jerry Lynn was still floating around.
It's true, right? You could have had that.
You could have run it back.
Why the hell not? All right. Hey, yeah, we do got Dynamite on tap here, Robert.
Yes.
Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Rancho Relaxo.
Even center. Plenty of Simpsons references today. I like it.
That's really all I'm here for. That's 80% of my vernacular in life.
Do you think we'll get any Simpsons references in the Takeshita versus Ricochet match for the International Championship?
I've now gone to Rio Rancho's Wikipedia page. I've gone down a rabbit hole at the moment. So,
do you know the best Monopoly game version? I think is the Simpsons. It's perfect.
I've never played the Simpsons.
Oh man,
Monopoly. I don't think I've ever played any of the like random one-off Monopolies.
No, what really? Wow. No, it's great.
I'm trying to find the population. There's 18,995 people households in Rio Rancho, with a population of 104,000 people total.
Anybody famous born there?
I'm sure there's the economy, taxation, tourism. There's an ECHL team that's announced an expansion team there that'll begin playing. So I guess that's probably the building, the Santa Ana Star Center.
Yes.
Government, politics, education, media, notable people. Boy, that is
Rough.
yeah. Like a couple of random NFL players.
Okay.
Alan Branch, who played for the Patriots for a short window of time. 2 members of the New Mexico Senate, a member of the New Mexico House of Representatives, and a ufologist. So Dan would know who this person is. A librarian.
A librarian's on the
That's
list.
where we are with this.
Wow.
A member of the Wyoming Supreme Court. So, guys, if you are a big fan of Richard V. Thomas, who sadly retired in 2001, and unlike Terry Funk, never came out of retirement. Literally, an
Man.
engineer. These are the notable. Like, Dom, if you go to this town, you might be the most famous person in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
All right. I wonder if we'll see any of these luminaries at ringside tonight.
So it's Takeshita versus Ricochet for the international title. That'll just be a damn fun match.
Yeah, it should be a really fun match. You know what? Yeah, I'm all for that happening. I'm also all for Will Ospreay versus El Phantasmo too. That should be a good one as well, Robert.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's a New Japan guy, so let's pretend that Forbidden Door still means people from other companies coming in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even though that, you know, that undercurrent, like someone mentioned how excited they are about Zack Sabre Jr. It's the last few years, the vibe has kind of been, well, if you do well at Forbidden Door, we're just going to sign you.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Like you go show up with
Yeah.
Forbidden Door, you
Right.
basically have an AEW contract, unless you're Stephanie McCord.
Stephanie Vaquer or Zack Sabre Jr. Like Zack is the one dude who just never seems to wind up in AEW full time. I remember it was like we saw Okada winds up there. We saw Ospreay winds up there. Even the rest of Ospreay's group, Davis and Fletcher, like all kind of wind up in there. So I can see where New Japan is eventually going to get frustrated. I know that the New Japan World Champion said he wasn't going to participate in Forbidden Door because he doesn't like AEW's business practices as far as that's concerned.
Interesting. Don't know if that's good for business on his end though.
Well, what's great for business is John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta versus Mystico, Bandito, and Brody King.
I love the Death Riders. Guess who else loves the Death Riders, Robert? Bully Ray. Have you seen all that drama going down?
The Young Bucks take on Bad Dude Tito and Mike. If to give in a Bully Ray John Moxley feud, that's like saying, "Hey, you want to watch Ricky Saints versus LA Knight?"
Wow.
I'm good.
What about
Bully Ray
Ray
is
versus
weird.
Josh Barnett?
He's feuding with Josh Barnett.
Oh, you haven't seen that too? And Joey Janela. It's been quite the drama on it. There, Robert. You're missing out, man.
I'm really not missing out. I'm
Missing out.
so not missing. It's the underlying point that it felt like Bully was trying to make was something along the lines of Moxley's Death Riders shtick has not helped AEW, and Moxley is trying to pretend like he's Terry Funk, and I can beat the hell out of John Moxley, which is a level of stupid at the end of that argument, because this is a work. This is going back to like that whole Vin Diesel thing where he's like, I can't get, like, my character in Fast and Furious can't get punched more than 3 times and I can't go down. It's like, it's a movie. I don't need the guy. By the way, the guys who can probably beat the crap out of you the most are not the guys that are necessarily generating the most money. It's why Haku became more interesting to us as adults than he was when he was actually wrestling.
Right. Think of Steve
You know,
Blackman.
Like Steve Blackman's a good example. The guys who I love MJF. I think there's no secret of that. I think the world of that guy. Do I think if you know someone was like, oh, you have to fight someone from the AEW roster, I'm probably picking Max over other guys. Like,
Yeah. You
I
wouldn't
ain't
take
messing with Claudio. Claudio's freakishly strong.
How about Bobby Lashley? Would you go up against him? Or
I do
Shelton?
not have a death wish. Oh God, no. Well, Shelton is legit tough. Lashley is legit tough. Genuinely scared of them because I know one of MVP's knees isn't great. I could probably just like kick him in the knee and run.
Oh man.
And if
I did
Hassan
so when-
asks, I never said that, and I do not want to get my ass kicked by MVP.
When we had MVP on an RVD, somebody did ask who would win in a fight between Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, and MVP said it would be Bobby Lashley because it's a fight, it's an MMA fight. He was like, "Now, if you're talking amateur wrestling, it's like that's a different story." But
Well, amateur wrestling's different, but like standing next to Bobby Lashley, like he is a scary gentleman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speaking of scary gentlemen, big dude Tito.
Bad dude Tito.
Bad dude. Who the hell is this?
You don't know Bad Dude Tito?
Why
He's
is it
awesome.
when I'm saying this? No, I am someone who watches professional wrestling, and I do not know who Bad Dude Tito is.
I think I might know why, Robert, because he was part of a company that we do not mention on here for a while.
New Japan?
Oh, no.
That was a joke, yes. I'm unfamiliar with, but you know what? Maybe I'm going to watch this and I'm going to be converted and I'm going to show up tomorrow and be like, guys, I am all in on Bad Dude Tito. Sometimes that's the beauty of wrestling. You see a guy you've never seen before and you catch something right away. That was how I felt when I first met Wheeler Yuta.
Oh,
I was like, unfamiliar with you? We click right away. I see the character. Was unfamiliar with MJF. When I first, saw him do his shit, I was like, oh, this dude's a blast. Brody King was the same thing. I met Darby. Moving on.
oh, don't take
Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia. Isn't
Does he
Swerve
still dance?
a heel?
Yeah, but isn't Daniel Garcia a heel?
Yeah, that was my
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Like they're heel versus heel. And then it's survival of the fittest. Dom, what the hell is survival of the fittest?
I don't know. Is Bear Grylls the enforcer or the timekeeper of that?
It's Queen Aminata versus Red Velvet and Marina Shafir versus Harley Cameron.
What is that?
Again,
Devin?
somehow, for
Hello?
someone who watches pro wrestling, to not know what's going on, I listened to you and Scott talk about it, and it sounds like I watch more wrestling than you do.
Yeah, you do. You
Yeah,
definitely
we watch the same amount. We watch Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the one who's supposed to be. You host 35 podcasts.
Come on, AEW. How are you supposed to keep track of all that stuff? Like survival of the fittest. I have
According
no
to
clue.
Dre Owens, it's for the TBS title shot next week. Obviously, against the TBS champion.
Vacant.
Who- It's vacant. That's
Yeah,
right.
didn't
It is
Willow give
vacant.
it up? Mhm.
Dude, I don't.
See, right? It's tough to keep track.
It's very tough to keep track, but the good news is you won't have to worry about keeping track of where to find us. You can find us every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WWE Creative _ISH X account, the at Dominic D'Angelo X account, the at SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube to see Dom's ridiculous shirt on Studio One Sports or Podcast Heat. So on behalf of the gentleman who voluntarily left his house dressed like that, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I've got pizzazz and jazz. And